Let's get learning with Santino.
Hi everyone, I'm Santino, and today we are going to learn how to make a 10 frame. I'll slowly guide you through the steps, and by the end you will have drawn your very own 10 frame. For this activity you will need a whiteboard and a marker. If you don't have that, then don't worry, a piece of paper and a pencil will do just fine. So let's get learning! First of all, do you remember what a 10 frame is used for? Well, here is my 10 frame. I've got one here. This is an empty one. And of course, a 10 frame has 10 spaces. 5 on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can fill it with lots of different counters to make different numbers. When the 10 frame is full, it shows what number? The number 10. That's why it's called a 10 frame. What about when the 10 frame has one row that's full? It shows the number 5. And of course, we can make lots of different numbers as well. Well, I think it's definitely time for us to get drawing. So please make sure as we get started that your whiteboard or your paper is turned this way with the long edges going across. That way we've got plenty of room for our 10 frame. All right, are you ready for step 1? Step 1, we are going to draw our big rectangle. Watch me as I draw my rectangle on my board. Here we go. Now I've noticed that my whiteboard is the shape of a rectangle, so that should help me guide my rectangle as I draw along. Now you have a go at drawing a rectangle. Remember, when learning new things, it takes time and practice to get it right. So just have a go and keep trying. Well, now that we've drawn our big rectangle, it's time for step 2, where we draw a long horizontal line across the middle. Watch carefully as I find the halfway point on this line about here, and I'm going to carefully draw a horizontal line all the way across to the other side, like that. Okay, we are up to step number 3. In this step, we need to draw the 4 vertical lines that come down from the top of our rectangle. Now this step can be a bit tricky. When you're drawing your 4 lines, it's important to make sure you leave enough space between your lines so then there's space for you to place the counters later. So watch carefully as I draw my 4 lines. I'm going to leave a careful space between each one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay everyone, it's your turn to draw those 4 lines. Remember, if you don't draw those lines with equal spaces, don't worry. Just try and try again and you'll eventually get the hang of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you drawn your 10 frame? Well, now it's time to check that we have in fact drawn a 10 frame accurately. Remember, a 10 frame needs to have how many spaces? 10. So count with me as I check that I've drawn mine correctly. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now count the spaces on your 10 frame. Let's count all together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done on your first try drawing a 10 frame. Okay everyone, it's time to wipe our boards because we are going to practice drawing a 10 frame once more together. Let's go. Okay, are you ready? Well, get your markers up so we can get started. What was step 1? Yes, it was to draw a nice big rectangle. Let's draw that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you drawn yours? Step 2, we need to draw a long horizontal line through the middle of this rectangle. Look carefully for that middle point and then draw your line carefully across. Time for step 3, we need to draw those 4 lines from the top going down, remembering to keep those spaces between those lines for our counters. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Have you drawn your 10 frame? What was the last thing we need to do? We need to check that there are actually 10 spaces to make a 10 frame. No more and no less. Count yours while I count mine. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great work, everyone! Now remember to keep on practicing trying to draw your 10 frames. As you're learning to do it, you just need to keep on practicing. The more times you practice, the more confident you'll get. Now once you know how to draw a really good 10 frame, you could use that to represent numbers. Now I have a number here on a 10 frame. This is the number 7. You could show that using counters on your 10 frame, or you might even want to draw those numbers on your own 10 frame like this. Count with me as I represent the number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sure you could show lots of other different numbers too. Enjoy working with your 10 frames, everyone. Happy learning and see you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe. There's lots more to see. Come back again soon for more learning with me.